was sitting here meditating, and it's so calm and quiet and peaceful. The sun shining down upon me, and I hear from a distance someone's shoes crunching on the gravel road here. And immediately the thoughts in my mind were, what are they going to think about me? There was this voice inside my head that worried about whether or not these people are going to think that I'm weird. My nervous system for decades has been trained to worry about what other people think about me. The ADHD nervous system is so good at that. So I'm sitting here meditating underneath Gog and Magog, two big, powerful, ancient oak trees. Sadly, one is dead, caught fire a few years ago. But this other one stands tall. A powerful, ancient tree has seen so many people walk by. And I decided to sit down and meditate. And I thought to myself, what if people think I'm weird? That thought jumped into my head, and then I felt myself worrying about what someone might think walking by me. In fact, there's a person that I saw just out of the corner of my eye over there, and that thought came to my head. Well, what are they going to think about me using this camera and filming something? It doesn't really matter. But for the ADHD mind and nervous system, it's easy to just say it doesn't matter. But our nervous system has developed to scan environments and to seek out threats, to identify those threats, to find just in subtle movements of people's faces, a sense of an emotion, an idea of, hi there, an idea that there is something that we need to be afraid of, something that might be a danger to us. And we feel it, we sense it, we're hyper vigilant, hyper alert to it. And so sitting here meditating, and it's so calm and quiet and peaceful, the sun shining down upon me, and I hear from a distance someone's shoes crunching on the gravel road here. And immediately the thoughts in my mind were, what are they going to think about me? I bet they think I'm strange. Oh, they must just think, oh, here's another hippie meditating under the tree. And then I laughed because really, I mean, if there wasn't this fence here to protect them, which I think is a good idea, if I had the ability to, if it was right to do it, I would be sitting at the base of that tree to get even closer and to feel it and to connect with it and to merge my energy with the tree, to pull energy from the sun and then to shoot it down into its roots. I was doing that anyways. But yeah, there was this voice inside my head that worried about whether or not these people are going to think that I'm weird. I am weird, 100%, and I love it. And my nervous system for decades has been trained to worry about what other people think about me. The ADHD nervous system is so good at that. And so when that thought comes up, I recognized it, I heard it, I thought, that's strange. It took me out of my deep state of meditation, and it was a little frustrated at first, but it's okay. It's a public walkway, a footpath, as they call it here in England. And I thought, I want to think something different. And so I just said, I am weird, and I love it. And then I'm going to take it even a step further, which is, there's an image in my mind when I think about someone judging me sitting underneath this tree. It's somewhere up and to the left. It's medium-sized. It's currently in color. And there's the sound of someone laughing, and I see people pointing at me. And I'm dissociated from my body. So I'm outside of my body. I'm looking at myself, and I can see myself from a distance. So that image is essentially what comes into my mind. That is what causes the emotions, that what then causes the chemical changes in my body. And so what I can do is I can take that image and I can shrink it even smaller, and then I can put it even further in the corner, maybe even just send it all the way to a different planet. And I turn it from color to black and white, and I take that laughter sound and I turn it to people clapping. And I see them smiling. And I see them smiling and saying, oh, why aren't we doing that? And I can change that image, and then I send it away, and then I bring up a new image. And I look at myself under the tree, peaceful, smiling, meditative, relaxed. And I see how beautiful it is, and I even see other people that come and sit next to me. And I see that in my mind, and it's a big, bright image, it's color. And then I'm going to go and I'm actually going to get into my body, and I'm going to feel what it feels like, the warmth of the sun, the cool breeze, feeling the people as they kind of shake the fence a little bit as they sit next to me because they want to meditate with me and with the tree. And I smile, and I feel the smile on my face. And I imagine locking that into place. That's what I want to think instead. And so the next time that something like that happens, which no doubt it will in the future, it won't be as strong because I've made these changes, but I'll be sitting somewhere meditating by a thing or a tree or a temple or a well or I don't know. And I'll have that thought come up. And then I'll just get to shrink that image, turn it black and white, just turn the volume down on it so much and just send it away. And then create a new image of what I want to feel instead, what I want to experience. And then I embody that. I associate to it. Now, this is a simple technique that you can use to actually reprogram the way that your mind works. There's a foundational principle in the work that I do, which is that I'm in control of my mind, and therefore I'm in control of my results. And you are too. You're in control of your mind, so you're in control of your results. Now you might say, oh yeah, well, but these things happen outside of me. These people might actually walk by and laugh. Cool. You're in control of your thoughts. You're in control of how your thoughts create emotions. You're in control of how those emotions create physical changes. And by changing the thoughts, you can change all these other things. And you can change your results so that when somebody walks by, you smile. You might even notice that they sit down with you next time. You have control of your thinking. And I know it's not easy all the time, especially when that train of negative thoughts, which by God, we as ADHD, neurodivergent magicians are so good at doing. Our brains can go so fast. Well, yes, and that means that our brains are so powerful that when directed, that same train with that same momentum directed in the direction that we want to go in, towards our goals, towards the way that I want to feel instead of the way that I don't want to feel. How powerful is that going to be? What if you could take control of your mind and change the tracks? Maybe you don't stop the train and turn it 180. Maybe you have to start by diverting the track and sending it on another way. What if you're a powerful magician who has the capacity to transform your inner landscape, which will transform your outer landscape? What if you have these tools, you've had them all along? They've always been inside of you, you just never knew it. Well, hopefully today you're one step closer because of a weird guy sitting under a tree, a really big tree, an ancient tree, where I feel no doubt that some other magician or wizard sat here as well, meditating and thinking and even changing his thinking. So, good to learn how to be weird, huh? Good to learn how to be a magician. Until next time.